Good morning. Okay, let's see. Today is, oh yes, I have few updates on my video. First of all, of course, I can't resist, is to show you the new product I found to kind of ease up on my frizziness. As you can see, it's not doing too bad and it lightens the hair and it keeps it moist. So that's really good. I'm going to show you how to do that later. Of course, I have, just to show you, is I applied the turkey neck roll-on on only half of my belly, as you can see right there, and I'm leaving this alone. So hopefully by the time the show is over, I can show you the results. Okay, that's number one. And of course, oops, oh no, I gotta do that and do it on my face. So I finally found my hair back up, pull back stuff. Okay, so right now you say, well, what are you gonna do to your hair to keep your hair moist while we're doing your face? So this is basically what I do. I find this one here that I did a video of it, any really hydrating moisturizer, but today we're going to do this one right here, because what I want to do is I want to, like, see, look, it's just a white cream, it's not purple, it's not pink. I want to lighten up the inside of my hair. Yeah, they're really bad, and I wanted to make them all blonde. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and then I'm going to show you tomorrow how well this comes out. So basically with this product I found, now I've gone through already 2 tubes. This is basically, as you can see, the last of it. And what I found is that not only it lightens very nicely. Now it says it's a brunette, but it really doesn't darken the hair. It didn't darken my blonde, it lightened it up. So I guess their definition of brunette is much more lighter than mine. And you see this, I hate these little bars. So I find that this does not burn the scalp. I can still whiten and tint all of this gray too that just can't stand. So we're gonna get rid of all of this. They're gonna look really pretty for you. Okay, so that's basically what I do. And then what I do with this product, I leave it on for about maybe 3-4 hours before I have a shower. So I got plenty of time to do this. So I just filled that up, the roll-on. If there's videos out there how I do it, but I can do it again. Now I'm just gonna do half the face as I always do, and since I'm right-handed, I like this side. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, these eyelids are tattooed. There are lots of videos on that. Now, as you can see, I'm okay in the middle, but obviously over here, I'm not doing well when it comes to the wrinkles. So we're gonna make sure we got generous amount. Now, again, if you're just tuning in, I'm a 60-year-old woman, and I just woke up and looking like this. Mind you, I've done a lot of other things around the house, took care of a lot of things that needed to be taken care of. But one of the things too that I wanted to show you, and I didn't do anything for a whole week, is to show you how the turkey neck can just creep up on you before you know it. See, look at this, and it comes off from here. Okay, now if you're losing weight or you're on some sort of a diet that you're trying to achieve, this is going to happen and make it even worse, because you're going to lose, you know, some more weight and sagginess and things like that. So this is when this comes right in. And so we're going to do our makeup, but we're going to talk about certain things too before so we can let this dry and put another application. Now I always recommend, if your face looks like mine this morning and needs a lot of help, make sure you are very, very generous. Now this roll-on is very gentle, that you can see. I can just roll over my entire eye. It doesn't catch the skin, it doesn't do anything. Now in the summer, because it is summer, you don't want to really wear fake eyelashes. You only want to wear those if you're going out at night to a club, or you're in the house and it's very dark and it's raining and you have to use artificial light, so you can use nice lighting to enhance your looks too. That's a whole subject and everything else. But as you can see, this side is already starting to look better than that side. Like I said, this is basically giving everything the skin needs to require to heal itself. Okay, now we talked about that. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee now. I have such good news about coffee. I love coffee, and I can't seem to be able to drink any coffee, but I found out the reason why, and that is because of the mold that I'm allergic to. And yes, I am allergic. Doesn't matter, in the house or whatever, I'm allergic to mold, so that needs to be totally eliminated. So one of the things that I noticed is that all coffee, when I was looking for a mold-free, third-party tested coffee, all coffee have some sort of mold, because if they didn't, they would say it very clearly in their packaging. So as soon as I found one that is third-party tested and it has no mold, it has none of it, and it's organic, oh my god, I can drink this all day long. Not only does it upset my stomach, but the best part about it is that it drains my lymphatic system. Yes, you heard me right. It actually detoxes my legs and my butt are looking way better just because it's draining the lymphatic system. Now let's get to the other point. Now this is one of the candles of my set, and for some reason it likes to fail, and there's one or two that might fail. Now the candles are very soft, and as you can see, I can make a hole with just this little one. And what I do, and I'm going to include in the kit, is I'm going to put a new wick, and I'm going to make sure it's all the way down this wick. Okay, then I'm going to press it, and you can see, since it's soft, it's a wax candle, very all natural scents. I can then, yes, essentials, because it's soft candle, I can use essentials. Now I know I said it's a pretty big wick, but I'm going to show you in a minute. It'll just be perfect. So yeah, I'm going to include a couple of wicks for those candles. They are aromatherapy candles. I got an update, yes, an update on the Glorious Cleo cream. It is on the website now. On both of my, well, actually I have about 12 websites. 10 are informative websites with all the different names that I have, the versions, and that you could possibly apply it to. And those are just informative, and those are on Square. And the ones that I do have that are e-commerce are 2 on Shopify. One is under my cosmetic name, that is Eva Scargon Piantoni Cosmetic Company, and that is this channel that is under, and my LinkedIn and everything else. And then there is the Mega Moisturizer Turkey Neck Roll-On Kit .store, and yes, it's .store, and it's completely e-commerce again. And they both carry the same products. Sometimes, because I'm writing it all by hand, it might say a bit of a different description, but it's the same product. And for all you clients that know me for the last 30 years, is the same exact formula too. The only thing is the Scargon now is called the Mega Moisturizer Turkey Neck Roll-On, that is trademarked. So to protect that, and at the same time, it's in everything, including my glorious cream with the tallow and all the other progesterones, herb to create that beautiful sensation. I got 3 tubes already and is amazing. So now it's on the websites and stores, I guess, if you want to call them e-commerce stores on Shopify. I don't have it on Amazon. I only have the roll-on and the turkey neck kit. It's you need a degree to place products on Amazon, because Amazon is just one of those things. Plus, it's really expensive for even the client. So for me to fluctuate and give the client the opportunity with a better price, that's why I'm on Shopify. Yes, I gotta make a video of that coffee. It comes from Brazil. I don't have the package here with me, but nevertheless, this is the same stuff that you can use to get rid of the bags under the eye. So this is, I did a video of it, so I'm going to see if it does help. Now it does have this little tiny knob that is cold to the touch, so it does help with the inflammation, right? But you know how I like to have the actual ingredients that help with the inflammation. So we got this going on here. As you can see, I really run out. So we only have a little tiny dab. And that's it. And that's all you need to apply. And as you can see too, these folds are going away on that side, and this face is kind of lifting up. I just love doing these videos because like everybody thinks, oh, you're just born that way. No, I'm not born this way. I'm actually born the other way. See, there we go. This is a candle when the problem with no wick now is being solved. Or the wick failing or whatever it does. But nevertheless, now it does have a new wick. And like I said, I'm going to include those in the kit. So if any of those fails in the middle or in the middle of another thing, you can just apply that wick and start the candle all over again like it was brand new. I can't do anything about it because sometimes it's just, like I said, it's just the wick failing, and I just don't want to waste the candle or not being able to retrieve your nice cappuccino or espresso coffee cup. You can definitely do it that with any actually candle too if you want to retrieve without, and you just pour that out. Okay. So you say, was that getting lighter? That will get lighter, and I will show you tomorrow how much lighter that is. Well, let's say we want it even lighter and we're not satisfied and we're going to put... Okay, I guess not to do that. This is how accidents happen in a house. Okay, so I'm going to just put the rest here in the back. It's not like it doesn't need it. Okay, look at that. Show you what not to do. But actually you can see this, it is getting lighter. I got it on everything but where it's supposed to be. Okay. And remember, the back is always the last place that we can think of doing it. Okay. So what are we going to do today? Are we going to finish our makeup? No, we are going to talk about and trying to do our eyebrows because it's time. Now, I was going to do the eyelashes because that's the next step where I need. I did do a video on that too, but we're going to have to, this is a refreshing video. This is not like one time lasts. So this kit comes with basically everything you need to do a professional, and it is quite a convenient and of course complete kit. Now it does have the black and it does have the brown. Now I always recommend, since you have your hair color, you want to match your hair color. So I'm going to go for the brown again. And this has a little brown with a little pump and everything else. Now it comes with a lot of tools. We can mess around, we can do the cleaning. It has the brow cleaning, as you can see that I used all that up. We can do it, we can have and use the perm. You know, why not? We might as well do the perm. We haven't touched the perm. Now we can put the little thing on it. Now I find that you need to have something, it comes with it. It's a little comb, and you wanna have that so that when you do it, you apply it. Now I have to take this little plastic things off it. That's how much I haven't used this perm. Now I notice when you do the perm, it does look better for much longer. And those really long hair stay where they're supposed to at the end. And I just stick the one end to it, and then I just apply it directly onto the hair like this. Now of course what drives me crazy is these. They always seem to disappear, and I always think they're hair there, but because they're white, they don't show up on camera either. So we are going to now perm our hair all in the upright position with this nice little comb. So they kind of we look more groomed basically at the end compared to this. You know, we look more groomed, but I don't know. I think the other way still looks more feminine. But since we are going to wanna emphasize our eyebrows, we're gonna do that. So then of course we are going to seal this little perm back bottle again, and it actually feels just like if you were going to get a perm. It smells exactly the same. It comes with this little tiny box of saran wrap. So we're going to use that because we don't want to dry out our hair. Thank you for compliments as usual on my product. Yeah, if you are one of my 30-year-old clients, you know that my products are always not only created with I guess you want to call it common sense, but they actually work, and that they perform well. So if I add any other good ingredients to it, it just makes that product even more fantastic. And of course I get feedback from my very loyal clients that I have now over for the last 30 years. Okay, so brow laminate. So the next step here, sorry for that lapse, is the fixation. So after I do this, I guess I'm gonna have to do it again and fix this up, and then put some color. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of a cup of coffee. No, tannins too much in the coffee, and in the tea, and are not really good for you. Next, see, as you can see, my face is looking better. My lips, this, that, and of course the bags. I noticed that this coffee helps with the bags. You know me, and finding anything that helps with the bags, sprays, anything. Now, I usually have a spray too, in case, like I said, I'm in a hurry and I want to get rid of these bags. Obviously, I was not in a hurry this morning. So, but yes, this will release. Now, let's check on my belly while we're at it. And we got, yes, this exact same thing works very well on stretch marks. And, here we go. Now, like I said, I'm continuously losing weight. I'm on a carnivore diet. I'm a 60-year-old woman now that feels better than ever. Now I got some of that here too, so I really can't get a really good, it's a bend over. But you can see here, for example, the lines here and the stretch marks there, how much better they are on this side. Guess this is not going to be a really good test. But at least you're going to see that, like I said, you can use this for absolutely anything that has to do with the flabby, unwanted skin. And it's safe enough for all areas. Not just for the gentle area for your face and underneath the eye. I'm going to do another application while I'm at it, and then we are going to do the remove the, and hopefully I brought the baby wipes to remove the perm. So what else we have news? Okay, we have the news of I finally done and did a beautiful deck of the business plan. That is another video if you're watching. This is it. Okay, that is one of my major projects I'm working on. Let's see if I did bring the baby wipes. It looks like I did. Very good, very good. So we can actually finish this video without interruption. Okay, so let's see. Now I look so pretty with this stuff on my forehead. Okay, now we took that off, and what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate any excess, just a little bit, because this is actually the fixer. Yeah, we need the fixer to fix this stuff there so it doesn't move. And it looks like already it's like staying in there and not wanting to move. I use the same little tool. Oh, I gotta get rid of this plastic again. Good, 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 because so it doesn't spill anywhere. I definitely like the packaging. Now we're gonna do this again. We are going to apply this to our face. Now, like I said, when it's for me being a 60-year-old woman, you want to keep your eyelashes. You don't want to pluck too much, and you want to darken as much as you can so they become visible. You don't want to get drawn, those things tattooed or anything. Maximum you want to get tattooed is the eyelashes, the eyeshadow, the eyeliner. You can see my eyelashes. And I'm going to, after we do this, I'm going to then, we can actually use the same plastic since I look so pretty. Stick it back there. Reuse and recycle. Okay. And there is that one done. So now we're just going to wait for this one to set for a little bit longer. And while we do that, we're going to give ourselves another application of the Turkey Neck Mega Moisturizer. Now, if you're turning on right now, again, and you're confused, you say, Eve, is that the same exact formula? Yes, that is the exact same formula, also known as Scargon. For the first, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Then, there's a long story because of that, but just so that now it's trademarked as the Mega Moisturizer Turkey Neck Roll-On. And yes, that is me, the original one. And of course, you always do get the better price because you do get the original price. And as you can see, we bring in a little bit of circulation. That's why it's a little bit a nice, healthier pink color compared to that. And as you can see, this is really dropping compared to this now is lifting. And we want to eliminate that too. Now, if it's, well, the coffee will get rid of both of them at the same time. Another thing you want to do to make sure is you drink coffee, but you don't want to dehydrate. Because, you want to get rid of the water in your system, but you want to replace it with clean water. And that's what you do. You replace it with clean water. Doesn't matter, doesn't have to be this brand, it just has to be clean water. Okay, so that's extremely important. Now, again, we'll look at ourselves one more time, and then we'll tint our eyebrows. Let's see how these are happening. Okay, so as you can see, let's go all the way. Now this, like I said, I don't exercise. This is me losing weight, and I'm gonna have to lose this soon. It's losing, as you can see. It's going that way, and on this side too. Okay, it's much better, and so is these much better. Even if I did give them one application to there, but you can see all of these compared to all of that. Now the whole point is so that the saggy skin can get back to its normal, call it healthy elasticity condition. Okay, I'm gonna do this side, and since it's summer and we don't use foundation in the summer, we're not gonna use any today because we want as much as the sun to give us a nice, beautiful, healthy glow, get as much vitamin D, because we do need that testosterone from the vitamin D, yes, as women, and as old as we get. Okay, we're going to take this off now, and we are going to do another wipe. As you can see, they're looking nice and almost fuller, because of the fact that they look like they're combed and groomed. Now again, baby wipes come in various different degrees. You want an unscented, gentle baby wipe because you are using it on your face. I use it on a regular basis. Okay, so as you can see, they're looking nice. Now let's give it some real color so we can actually see them. Again, I'm using this little comb. First, I'm going to clean the back end and put some color on it. And then I'm going to comb it in. I found that if I comb it in, I don't get it all everywhere. So, we're going to, we're going to get some there. You want to get some there. You want to get some there. Okay. Then we're going to do this. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Oh yeah, I look very pretty now. So we're going to clean that, and we're going to clean the excess. It does stain. But before we're going to do that, we want to make sure we got every single hair colored. And this little comb seemed to really do the trick. I try to do with the little brushes, or it doesn't work as well. Okay, we're gonna do this side too, because that's where they start. Mind you, I should have brought my close-up mirror so I could see better what I was doing. I always recommend that if you are older, you need the mirror that is magnified. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the little bit of the excess here, because we don't really need to look like we have a unibrow or we are some sort of space alien. Okay, I think this should do it now. Now, you say, well, how long should I leave this for? Well, it all really depends on how dark you want it. Look, see now my little candle's looking great. I have some stuff melted there, you see it? So, I can now, if I wanted to, like, use this glass, and I didn't want to do the aromatherapy, I can just pour this continuously out as it melts. and then I will get all the way to the bottom. So if you want to get to the glass right away, or faster than just melting it, this is one way of doing it. Okay, but of course I love the aromatherapy, and I'm going to make sure I can use until the last bit of it. Let's use that down to the last drop, and I'll show you that I will use down to the last drop, because as soon as you turn that off, that will become hard again, and you'll be able to use it again. Okay, so while we got that happening, I'm going to do another application. You say, well, Eve, why you need all these applications if you already did one? Well, the way I noticed is that if the skin gets a nice amount and it gets saturated, it is able to bounce much back, much faster than if it just gets the one application. Now, is it on a time schedule, your skin? Does it take? I think it works much faster. When I see in my own eyes, as you can see it now too, this is definitely increased up here to the ear. See, now I can almost see my ear too, where I can't see it there. See? Let's put this in the back. Okay, so see how this. So I see that if I apply it often, and if I apply it often in a row, see, even now the eye is much better, seems to look faster, do faster results than if I just did one application. And I did test it, and that's what it seems to be doing. So now, exactly why? The only common reason that I can come up with, common sense reason, is that it's getting saturated with moisture, retaining as much in moisture and getting rid of the inflammation at the same time by itself. This is the skin and the face doing it, and so it can then replace it with pure essential I guess produces its own elasticity, its own collagen, because there's no collagen in my product, and is able to lift itself up. That's the only logical explanation I can give you. Now, you want a scientific? I could probably give you a scientific reason for that. And that is that we are made of billions of cells, require nutrition at a certain level, and by getting it, it is able to repair itself. That's as scientific as I'm going to get. So, now, just like my coffee is a natural ingredient and anti-inflammatory, just like it brings blood to the surface to help do what it needs to do by itself, all of my products have that ability. Now, I do have a makeup remover too that I did put on the website, and it does have the same head and it does have the same thing. Now, I did notice that, see, theirs is the tallow is very, very, and again, very thick. So you may want to do the tallow treatment at nighttime, and that's why I call it like the mask, but I just wanted to show you how thick it was. Okay, and that's where I got the idea from one of the other influencers on how gentle finger, backhand, very tappy, not drag if I don't have the right tool. Now, what I find is that the makeup remover that is made out of tallow, that is just like made out of tallow too, the glorious Clio cream, has the base plus the mega moisture, has the other base. plus extra ingredients. Well, it has this purpose, obviously, and it has this heavy duty moisturizing ability, obviously, and it has the circulation ability and so forth. So it is a product that I do find if I am gone outside and really dehydrated my skin, I need. So this is why now I have it available, because if I need it, you need it. Again, this is 60-year-old skin that is now going back to its natural form. Was stretched due to weight loss, now is sagging, and as you can see, is looking much better. And yeah, so that's one. Okay, so let's wipe this off now and let's see what we have. Nice. It's looking like I have an eyebrow. See? Now I have an eyebrow compared to before. Now if I wanted to darken the corner more, I could. What I do is I just leave the little bit left, still a little bit longer, like almost a half hour to 45 minutes. So even those hair there that are really hard to color, they're giving me a hard time, are going to be colored. I might have to do another application just to make sure on that corners, because they're very stubborn. But you can see that I do have the hair. They just don't want to show up. But just alone, you can see that that is already looking better. And one of the things that as we get old, they get white. And just because we see them does not mean that people across from us can still see our eyebrows. So one of the major important things that I do believe to make us look younger is making sure that we do have eyebrows. And they're better, you know, they're even better looking that if they're not groomed eyebrows. Because when you're a child and younger, you didn't really have time to groom your eyebrows. You were not told to groom your eyebrows. Then and make them look natural than to really have groomed eyebrows, because then they're not natural. Okay, so I got enough of the color for now. I'm going to do one more treatment, and as you can see, this is starting to lighten right up. Okay, so what do we have in the news here? So this is one of my projects that are really to my heart. So as you can see here, I have a YouTube link to a video that is just made for this and to explain this entire information that's in here. And then of course the link at the Angels Investors that I have here. And eventually I'm going to be putting that on that video too, so to make it much faster and easier as I'm getting to learn more and more on navigation. I'm really happy that I got it in color, and I have all the pictures and things like that. And then of course is on the platform. Angels is on the Angel Partners platform. There's also many, there's so many Angels Investors names that, yeah. So that's Angels Partners platform. My profile is on there, so you can see it. And that's basically my update on that. My update that the products, I have put some individual sizes. So if you want to buy the individual candles and body and the face, the face lotion, I might need some for this. I really do. Today I'm accident after another. So, it's now available. You want single candles? Now they're available. Do you want the single, that's the aromatherapy, just to try if you select the fragrance? But the fragrance are going to be surprised is because you say, well, why can I not choose? Well, because the fact is that I make them and is my own fragrance. I try to describe the fragrance, but it might be the wrong description or the wrong name. So what I'm calling it is surprise. So whatever surprise you are going to get a surprise when it comes to the aromatherapy. And that is because I haven't been able to really point the fragrance to call it, and I don't want to limit it. Like, I could call it strawberry chocolate or chocolate espresso or espresso cappuccino. I could call all of that, but in each one there is all of that. Even if there is one fragrance that is a little bit more higher than the other, but because the aphrodisiac that I'm trying to hide in the back of these tones that are coming at the front, I am having difficulty on naming the main fragrance, if you want to say, or the main tone of the fragrance. And I don't want to limit it to it, say, well, people that don't like strawberries are not going to enjoy the strawberries. No, they're still going to enjoy that strawberry. But if they're just going to pick it by the fragrance of the strawberry, they're not going to experience or what I want them to experience, and that is that aphrodisiac, animal urges, feelings running through your body and mind has hit your subconscious of the scent. That's what I want you to experience. And then there are little tiny different variations, a little bit lighter, a little bit stronger, medium range, so that I did have all three. And that's what I might do. I might do the light, medium, and strong, so that there is a little bit of the variation, but not that much. Okay, so here, this is what to look for. I gotta go now. I got somebody knocking at the door, but as you can see, yeah, that's the difference.